Rodney, I'm sure you're happy enough with the result despite the amount of players that you actually are missing.
Yeah, listen, Glenavon's a tough place to come. They're coming off the back of two tremendous results, and we knew it was going to be difficult. I thought we started quite well until we went 1-0 up. Whenever we went 1-0 up, we sort of took our foot off it a wee bit. We stopped doing what we were doing, and we invited Glenavon back into it. They probably finished the first half slightly stronger. I was happy with how we started the start of the second half. And then there's the red card comes, which is another story. But listen, it's been difficult, and we've came here today. We've no Dackie Dunn, we've no Keelan Moran, we've no Dylan King, we've no Dean Curry, we've no Tom Galvin, we've no Andrew Mitchell, and we've no Gail Beggar-Amana. So listen, everybody will face having injuries and missing players in certain days, but what we have tried to do over this past few windows is create a squad who we all know that are capable in terms of coming off the bench or starting a game, and they deliver what everybody else delivers. So we've got strength and depth. I've no fear of having a few players missing, because I know that the players that we have coming in will be able to deliver. And I thought today, whenever we went down to 10 men, I thought they all stood up for each other. And there was a real desire that we maybe don't get close enough to Barney's volley, but there was a real desire after that when we wanted to leave here with something. A few weeks ago at Portadown, we were one each, and both teams was going hell for leather trying to get a winner. So I think we learnt from that, and I thought we gained a little bit of experience from that, and we managed to see the game out.
Yeah, that's what I was going to mention there. You spoke about Portadown. Same thing today, 5 minutes at a time. Obviously, we were getting nervous.
Yeah, and there was a free kick. The game finishes with a free kick on the edge of the 18-yard box, and Keith Ward standing over it is a fantastic delivery, and it goes through your head that it could happen again. But whenever you looked at the players, they were geeing each other up. They were ready for the free kick, and they wanted to clear it, and they wanted to leave here with a point. So fair play to them. They deserve great credit. They're a fantastic bunch to work with. I love every session that I have with them. I love every game that I have with them. At the moment, some games sometimes is a little different, but we're going in the right direction at the minute.
There's an obvious talking point in the game, Rodney. Red card for Bobby Jack after not long coming onto the pitch.
Yeah, and funny we put Bobby Jack onto the pitch because we want him to try and get his foot on top of the ball and do what Bobby Jack's good at. It's, for me at the time, I understood why Tony and the fourth official, or whoever's, I think it's Tony's decision, I understood why they were giving it, because it was maybe forceful. I thought it was maybe forceful in terms of Bobby Jack following through. Now I've only seen it very, very quickly, and I've only seen it once. But it doesn't overly look as if he has followed through on it, and I think it's quite harsh at this moment in time. But I understand massively why the referee has made that decision. I had no arguments at the time. You can't have any arguments. You just have to try and get on with it and deal with the situation and try to adapt and try to find a system that's maybe going to get us a result. And listen, Bobby Jack's an honest lad. I would never ask them not to make that challenge. I think where it happens on the pitch as well, happens right in front of the dugouts. If it happened against one of our players, our dugout would react the exact same way as the Glenavon dugout reacted. And sometimes that can maybe put pressure on people too, I don't know. But it's a decision, I can't blame anybody for it, because at the time I thought they'd maybe got it right, but after looking back on it, I'm not so sure.
Yeah, I think, as you say, had that happened at the opposite side of the pitch where there's just the supporters from Dungannon, no dugouts, maybe a different decision? Yeah,
it takes a lot of tempers away from it as such. There's obviously, whereas they thought it was a dangerous challenge or a ferocious challenge, there was a ferocious appeal then comes out of the dugout. And listen, we'd do the same thing, so we can't blame anybody for that.
Yep. Next week we're home to Carrick Rangers.
Tough. Carrick have not had the start that Stewardy would want them to have, but they're littered with very, very good players, and it's a game that we have to make sure that we're well up for. I think last season we maybe beat Carrick once. They were a little bit of a bogey team. We found ourselves in front against them on a couple of those occasions and managed to throw the game away. So we know it's going to be an extremely tough game. They've got a sucker punch today in terms of conceding in the 97th minute, but we just have to focus on ourselves and see can we get something out of it.